Hello everybody, welcome back to the workshop. So in this video I'm going to be explaining real quick some questions that I had about my tong setup for gripping these little short chasing tools and little bob snub end tooling, whatever you want to call them here. Some people call them power hammer tooling. These are technically tong handled chasing tools. That's what I'm going to be using them for. I've made all sorts of butchers and a bunch of other videos. I'll link the playlist in the description down below, and at the end of this video if you want to go check out all the videos in this series so far. Also, there will be one big video where I do a big bulk heat treat of all these tools, so keep that in mind. That will be there. So I had some questions that came in about these tongs here and why, like how do they hold, because this is round, and if this is round, how do these tongs actually grip it without it just spinning in the actual tongs themselves? And I hope to answer that now. So the reason why that these do not spin and twist inside the tongs themselves is because of the shape of the tongs jaws. The tongs jaws themselves has a nice triangular shape to them. It's almost like it's more of a teardrop shape to the jaws themselves, and that's what allows them to take and be able to grip multiple sizes and thicknesses of wastes, things like that, of these tools, and be able to lock in there good and tight. So that's number one reason. I can grip a lot of smaller diameter grooves in smaller punches and chisels, and then I can also grab stuff that's a lot thicker as well, those grooves, and they bite in pretty good. That teardrop shaped, it's not meant to just match the curvature that you're gripping, because then it would most certainly twist around, and that would just be bad for business, because we need this to grip and stay pointed in the right direction as we hammer on it with, a sledgehammer or just a regular hand hammer. The other reason why they don't slip around is because when I make my grooves in these tooling, they are more octagon, or they got facets in them, lots of flats in them. So it's almost like gripping a bolt, gripping the head of a bolt, if you will. And so that is what allows it to hold it in different positions and it not move around. Because technically I'm gripping flats and not a perfectly cylindrical, piece of tooling. So I hope that'll answer that question pretty well for you. If you have any more questions about this type of tooling, you can drop it down in the comment section as well. And one last thing, somebody asked me where I got the 1084 from. This 1084 came from the scrap yard. So it was just marked. It had a marking on it of 1084, and it was just a random end drop that some company had brought in, and they happened to just throw this up on the rack. Also, people ask me, where do I get my steel from? I get all my steel currently from First Street Recycling in Dayton, Ohio. I will drop a link to their website. It's not very in-depth, their website isn't, but I will drop a link to that down in the description as well. Again, they're not a sponsor, they just who I've been doing business with for a decade. So you guys can go check them out. Again, they had just random pieces. They don't stock it. It's just something that happened to be laying around, and I scavenged up on it. So where can you get new 1084 at? If you just do a quick Google search, most likely you can find it at places like a New Jersey Steel Baron. I know you can buy it through Alro Steel. Don't pay online, go in person. Alro Steel's prices are super inflated online, so don't do that. Go in person to Alro Steel if you've got an Alro Steel in your location or your specific area of town, and you should be able to take and purchase those, purchase 1084, 1095, 1045, things like that. You should be able to purchase that brand spanking new if you're into the market to make a ton of these type tools. Last question about these short tools, and then I'm going to let you all go for today. Do you need 1084 to end up making these tools? The answer to that is no. You can do this at 1045, 1075, 1095, You can do it out of any water hardening steels. You can do it out of 5160, 4140. You can do it out of whatever steel you have on hand. Hot work steels like H13 or S7, like an impact steel. I believe H11 is another type of heat treatable, air hardening tool steel. A2, those type things. All those are good steels. Anything that's a good high quality steel will hold up. Just make sure your heat treatment follows the guidelines set by the manufacturer of whatever steel you're using. So that's it for today. I hope that was helpful. Again, if you have any additional comments or questions about the short tooling, drop them down in the comment section down below. And if I get enough of a reoccurring question or comment, I will make another video on that very specific thing. So thank you for watching today. God bless you. And as always, we'll catch you on the next one.